I mean, the jobs numbers came in hot today. Average hourly earnings of 0.4%, up from forecast, up from previous. Non-farm payroll 130, forecast was
Over 70.
66. We had the unemployment rate drop to 4.3. I did not have that on my bingo card.
Nope. That was unexpected.
I mean, the market just completely repriced today, just all kinds of different places. I mean, obviously in the short term, but everything moved. Gold fell, equities went up. The dollar surprisingly went up, which I'm not so sure what to think about that. Bond yields moved up. So it's just been, okay, completely rejiggering. I was short coming into the morning, and I just got completely railroaded on that, and now I'm long to see what, because hey, if it's bullish trend, it's a bullish trend. I'm not going to fight that.
That's right.
So before we start here, do you have any levels here you're looking at on NQ?
Let's take a look at them. Hold on one sec. I just want to jot one note down so I don't forget. Notes on trading events. What are the rules with Topstep around trading economic events like this?
I find it's best just to run into the rules haphazardly and see if they ban. No, I have no idea what the rules are for event big traded. They don't close your positions. I know FBMO used to just close my positions before.
Yeah, a lot of them seem like you can't trade 1 minute before or 1 minute after, but then you can trade around that event itself.
Oh, that close, really? Huh.
Yeah, that was my understanding, at least from the firms that I've been working with. I think that's what Tradify says. Don't quote me on that because it's been a while since I looked at the rules, and I just added a note to start adding that to our content as well. Nice. So on the levels side, we came right back up to this R2 level that was from February 10th or from yesterday, which also coincides with February 4th. So this is clearly an important level for sellers. I do see some sellers at 450 as well. There's about a 257 NQ lot there. So if we break past this, there is some potential we could head to the 550 level, which is R3. Market just opened, a little bit of a flush out to the downside. I want to see where this candle closes in the next half hour. That could be resistance that pulls us all the way back down to 132 and test that as support. But so far, the upward trend continues. I'm still bullish overall, but there could be a little bit of choppiness here in the open.
Right.
Nice open here, though. 0.65% gap open, about 160 points. So there could be a pullback to close some of this gap, if not all the gap.
I wonder if we finally close 555, which I've been calling for weeks. It seems like 2 weeks now.
Look at that run. That initial candle was huge. The 450 lot just got eaten up by buyers.
All right. Well, while we're looking to see what is happening there, want to say to everyone, welcome to Price Action Live at TradersPost for Wednesday, February 11th, 2026. I'm one of your traders, Tom, Sacred Prophet Hartman, alongside Mike, the best of us, Christensen, co-founder and CSO of TradersPost. Up to 4 days a week at Price Action Live, we trade in front of you using the advanced trade execution engine known as TradersPost, the epic software that upgrades your trading. Whether trading stocks, futures, options, or crypto, TradersPost has got you covered. Today's stream is brought to you by BluSky, the best-in-class prop firm that offers same-day activation, daily payouts, and no max restrictions. Visit BluSky.pro and sign up for your first prop firm account today and trade futures like never before. Use coupon code WELCOME26 to get 50% off your launch plan account for first-time subscribers. Speaking of which, Mike, did you request a payout from BluSky?
I did. I have a pending payment request from BluSky, and then I have 4 other accounts well into profit and in progress with them as well. You're allowed to have 3 funded accounts at the funded level. They call it, so it's eval and then funded and then, eval and then buffer and then funded. So I'm in the funded state with one of them, and then the buffer state with 2 more. So I'm hoping to wrap those up and get to payments on all of them. And then you're able to request up to 2,500 per week per account, up to 7,500 total for all three. So that's kind of the aim. Let's see if I can get on payroll here with BluSky for 7,500 a week. That'd be fantastic. I'll take that all day long.
Awesome.
Gotta fix my risk for one of these accounts here.
Hello to Cloth. Good morning to you. What's up, Trey? Nice to have you in the chat. And Peter, I guess whatever. I guess you're here. It's fine. Whatever. It's funny. Peter was a $1 away from blowing out an account, an eval account, and I helped him like a little baby bird spread his wings and recover that account, which is pretty fun. It's nice when Peter looks at me with respect and speaks to me with respect. It's short-lived, but it feels pretty good. Feels pretty good. All right. I don't like this open here now. I don't like this fight. My long's not looking good.
Peter says that one too, Tom. He knows how endearing you are. Yeah.
All right.
Let's stop. So interesting pullback there. A little rush to the top, immediate pullback. We've got that gap to fill, so I'm kind of waiting for a close below VWAP here, and I might be going short.
Oh, I'm going to short right now, buddy.
Will not wait, Tom.
Will not wait. Did I just get stopped off? Oh, no, my short just triggered. Let's see.
Okay, good. Okay, I got all my, if you guys aren't already doing this, I always recommend setting your auto liquidation levels on Trade that conform with your consistency rules with each account. So I go in and I'll check to see where each one is out at each day, how much profit I have remaining. And I have this auto liquidate the moment I hit these levels. So I don't even have to think about it. Just get into the position and let it run.
Awesome.
Okay, nice pullback here. A little bit of the gap filled at this point. ATR is not terrible. This looks good. 34 on the 2 minutes. Four minutes in, so we'll wait for this candle to close, and we'll see if there's a good entry here for a short. I'm not going to be waiting for you. Oh.
Wait, a short to VWAP?
A short to, well, let's just see what happens when we get to because it's three different VWAPs there. We have the weekly VWAP session, we have the overnight VWAP from last night, and then we have the electronic weekly VWAP as well, right there at almost the same level. 300, 297, and 315 kind of all clustered together. So I'd like to see how much of that the market responds to and whether we complete the whole gap fill.
Because I'd be looking to go long from in that mess.
And we're a bit overbought. We just crossed the other side. So there's an increased chance of us pulling back just a little bit here, about 80, 90 points. Give this a second here.
No, stop that. Break even.
No. Oh, wow. Look at that jump. Okay, right to VWAP. POC right there. All right. Thank you. Let's give it a sell.
I got no strong levels to pay attention to. My lowest level for today, or my nearest low level, is 831, and the highest one is 555. So I'm not sure.
There we go. Okay. Don't know why I didn't hear that. Oh, sites are muted.
All right.
On the clock is also short.
Short, baby. I mean, the news is past. And bond yields are going up. And the dollar's going up. So that's usually bad for equities.
We set a 35-point trailing stop to conform with ATR.
Shoot, I'm going to forget to look at spot gamma again, aren't I? Come on, Tom. Why pay for the service if you're not going to use it? Oh, 223 million positive gamma. So don't look for a trend, Tom. but there's more downside than there is upside. About 60-40 here. So this is going to be choppy.
Yeah, I'm already seeing that here. Looks like I might get stopped out early at my break even. And ooh, look at that. It's almost there. No, all right. Okay, I'm keeping it. I set a 35 point trailing stop just to chase after price here, and it looks like I might get stopped out early if buyers come up just a little bit further. I think I was off by $1 there. On the cloth in at 386. Haha! I beat you today. I got in at 396. You had some entries yesterday on the cloth. That was crazy.
Yep.
You got some levels that I was like, how did you get that? You were in exactly at the right time. All right, little pullback to R1 here on the 2 hour, which yesterday was this consolidation zone. So let's see if that's support.
I certainly want to be short. Because if we have good jobs data, that means the Fed can't cut. And the Fed can't cut, no liquidity coming in. Market down.
True.
Wait, just look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin tells me, oh, Bitcoin gave up the ghost. We're going down. I love how the Twitter space is now just chock full of people calling for the bottom in Bitcoin. And, where the bottom's going to be.
I can't tell you how many people keep talking about $8,000 Bitcoin, because that's the price that Michael Saylor keeps referencing as the hard spot for MicroStrategy.
Really?
That is hilarious. It's not coming to 8,000. I definitely don't see that. Just looking at Bitcoin's overall on the daily, we've got so much history to go on around the 60 to 70% zone for drawdown. So that would be roughly 41K before I think we finally find the bottom and we go from there, but definitely not 8K. That's crazy.
If we go to 8K, we're going to zero. I mean, I'm not looking for a bounce at 8K. That's for sure.
Gotcha. Yeah,
I don't think we go to 40 either. I think 50,000 is the lowest possible we can go. 56,000 is my 56,000 is where we're going to be buying. And I think this is going to be the shortest, shallowest Bitcoin bear market we've ever seen.
That would be great, because most of the time in the past, when I've observed Bitcoin's seasonality, it takes about a year to 18 months for us to get through the bear market before we head on the 3-year run again.
That's right. And so I think the pain trade is that we don't go as low and we rally really hard after that. That's where no one's expecting it.
Peter says, I would love 8K Bitcoin, you and everyone else. And I think that the entire crypto market is very much a buy the dip market, which is why I'm not convinced we ever come back to 8K. Even 40K, there's going to be an enormous amount of buyers.
My problem is that Michael Saylor is the one saying this. I call him false prophet Saylor, just to be a referent and for the clicks. But I watch a lot of what he says.
Yeah.
And I keep trying to be like, okay, I know he sounds like a con artist. Let me see if there's a way of me seeing this in a way that I can accept it. And to me, it just feels like buying a timeshare. Everything he says feels like a guy trying to sell me something. Why is he so eager for everyone to buy? Why is he talking all the time? Why is he going everywhere publicizing this Bitcoin thing? I don't get it. It's like when Janet Yellen was going around the world trying to convince other nations to buy bonds. It's like, this is a problem with the bond market. That's why you're doing that. Why would you even need to convince anyone to do it? If it's such an amazing trade, such a good idea, why does he have to be doing 19 hours of a video every week or whatever when he's on all these different podcasts? I just don't understand.
Well, I mean, he still has equity to sell. The only way the engine works with Michael Saylor is if he can convince enough people who want to buy the volatility of the market to buy MicroStrategy. He needs enough of the bond market buying bonds and the volatility traders selling or buying the equity in order for him to keep the engine moving.
So you just described the Ponzi
it's a
scheme.
two-sided equation. It has to have there has to be the bond component and there has to be the equities component.
Didn't you just describe a Ponzi scheme? So you need new
Yes,
buyers
kind
to
of.
come in?
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
I mean, it's literally the definition of it. I just can't. The big tell is when you hear Michael Saylor first talk about when he switches to an analogy. I'm going to give you an analogy of a waterfall and water. I'm going to give you an analogy about energy factories, whatever. Can you just talk about the thing that you're in? Can you just explain the dynamics of that? Stop talking to me about waterfalls and making the equating it. I hate that.
Well, it is Michael Saylor after all. Remember, he's a software guy. He sells software. He's very good at it. That's always been the interesting thing to me too, is that strategy actually still does pretty well with its enterprise analytics platform, despite competing head on with Microsoft. So they're able to use that cash for their operations, but then just sit there and hold Bitcoin the entire time. I love the updates though. Every time they have another tranche of Bitcoin that they purchased. Well, if I keep talking like that, we won't get to 8K. I got to believe. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. My attitude's way off on Bitcoin.
And buy puts.
Yeah, the interesting thing for me when it comes to Bitcoin in general is having thought about what I would have done if I had just held Bitcoin all this time. And I'll tell you this much. I don't think I would have ever really have been a seller. I would have been in Saylor's camp about buying and holding as much Bitcoin as possible. I'd be lending it out as long as the counterparty risk is low, and I would be buying puts as much as possible for the downturns with other capital, and just ride those seasons out, and then roll all that cash generated from the puts back into buying more Bitcoin again. I mean, from an ownership perspective, you get the scarcity part, which just doesn't. There's so few things out there where you can buy something that has such a limited and finite supply. And I would argue that when it comes to Bitcoin, there's really only about 19 million Bitcoin that will ever be issued, not 21, because about 2 million wallets have just been abandoned at this point and will never be recovered. So the scarcity is even better on Bitcoin than it ever has been, right?
So you would say scarcity is a plus?
For sure. Absolutely. Yeah.
Interesting. So then you're completely against, or how do you feel then about the government being able to issue currency and make the currency not scarce? Is inflation to you inherently a bad thing?
Well, that's been the interesting thing about Bitcoin, is that argument right there has always given some credibility to Bitcoin in that it would be an inflationary hedge, but it never really has been. It's just continued to remain a risk asset. But perhaps our timeline isn't long enough. We've only looked at Bitcoin over a 10-year period of time and never really considered it as a long-term hedge for 20, 30 plus years. Okay, I guess I was wrong about that short on MES. I'm going to have to get out of there.
Yeah. I'm trying to long now, but a button clicking at this point.
Yeah, let's get out. Gave $50 back, so I'm back to break even today.
I was up on the overnight because of my surefire trade. The 6 p.m. markets open Eastern Standard Time. If you're far enough away from the close of the daily VWAP the day before, you just take a trade in the direction of the VWAP, and it's right 75% of the time. It's just easy money.
Oh, a little choppy from the open here. Did I just get stopped out early?
Ugh, enough of this. Enough of this. Wicks all over the place.
It's always my favorite trade when I just give everything back and then be proven wrong. I'm not supposed to make money doing this, right?
Right.
Okay, so I made $12 today. Good job.
Oh, man. This is not good. All right, Tom, what do your levels say? Levels say...
Well, we came back to POC here at 383. I'm going to turn the robot voice on here on Bookmap. I'm curious when we're going to get an imbalanced book, because it's kind of a war here at POC, and it's equally sized.
Yeah, so I should not be in this. 246. Yeah, we're still positive gamma. No trade.
I'm going to go back to this being a potential bounce, but I want to see a clean close below VWAP, and I'll go short again. On the cloth is trying a long. I'm considering a short. That's how you know we're not quite sure.
Well, if it's chop, I should be going long on red candles and short on green candles. So that's what I'll do.
A little bit of a push here from POC. And if it's choppy, it's time to put in our dialed in take profit and stop loss.
All my rules say there is no trade here.
Yeah, not yet. I'm going to wait.
At best, along.
My favorite sound is this little TradingView alert that will tell me when we get a clean close above or below VWAP again, which is this VWAP indicator I've had on here for a while. So we had one close below, and right now we're wicking up above and below VWAP. So I'm not going anywhere yet.
Mm-hmm. And that looks for a close on what candle or what time frame?
2 minute. We're trading the 2 hour, precision on the 2 minute. On the 2 hour, this should be resistance. So I've been bearish since the open. I'm expecting that we're going to pull back potentially and come down to 135, but there's going to be some chop in the middle there. So if we get a clean close below VWAP here and below the POC of the day, then yeah, I do think we can travel the rest of this gap. That puts us down to 234, and just a little bit further down to 136 would come back and recheck the anchored VWAP on the 2 hour. So there's some levels to clear here, but a support I think could show back up between 150 and 250 if it heads down.
Fair enough.
If we head the other direction, though, if we're going to be bullish on the day, then we have some levels of resistance to clear. Obviously at 420, 440, we have to get out of this R2 band, and then we would head to 550 from there, where there's a lot more sellers waiting. I see 75 contracts at 500 and about 50 contracts at 550. There's the pullback.
Well, my indicator says, generally speaking, bullish on the day, but I just don't know how to read this. When we're so close to these support levels, I want to be bullish because we're above all of them. Dollar sideways, Bitcoin's falling, which makes me... But then I shouldn't listen to Bitcoin because there's days that Bitcoin is just giving up the ghost and everything else is going up. So forget Bitcoin.
All right, what are we doing here, gang?
Chop, chop.
What is this?
Choppy all the way.
Got a quick alert there that the ask side was 45% larger, and then that completely disappeared. There's a little bit of sell side pressure there, a little bit imbalanced. POC re-registered on the DOM for Bookmap right at this price.
My issue is the positive gamma. Since we're positive gamma, that's chop, 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 chop.
Yep, and that's what we're seeing here so far.
So on red candles, I've been going long. and I've been going short on green candles, and that's been okay so far.
48.
It's funny. I saw a push to the upside and Bookmap alert me that the sell side had pressure, and now it's doing the inverse of that.
That's right. That's what positive gamma does.
It's choppy. All right, let's see where this candle goes. We're not quite at 10 a.m. yet.
Follow your rules, Cloth says. Yes, I got to follow
That's
my
it.
rules.
Follow the rules. Wait for the setup. I mean, we're well outside of this little band here now. 6 minutes left on the 2-hour chart here to see a new candle open below. I'm going for it.
Really?
Let's see what happens.
Well, I'm about to go long. Battle of the VWAP.
Oh, goodness. Why did I do that? I forgot to put in my quantity, and I just had some accounts take too large of an NQ size.
No!
I'm triggering some daily loss limits. Fantastic.
No.
That was a big mistake on my part. I might still win this trade on a couple of accounts that are left that are trading 1 NQ instead of 3 or 4. That was dumb.
Wait, NQ or MNQ?
NQ. I decided to do never mind. I just got stopped out on everything.
I see.
Okay, so I miskeyed that. There's one account left here that still has an open position. What happened there was I forgot to put the quantity into the box here, which would have set it to 1 on all the accounts. And instead, they traded the default size that's set up in the strategy. So some of those accounts were just trading 2 or even as much as 4 NQ. So immediately triggered my daily loss limits on those accounts.
I understand.
I could have sworn I had 1 in there. Whoops.
And there's the reverse.
There's the last one. That's weird. Why isn't my paper account running?
Look at these wicks everywhere. Sharp, pincushion, porcupine.
All right. Well, that was frustrating.
Yeah, I can imagine.
That's kind of like the frustrating part about that is that I'm now forced out of my trading today from a mistake and not from bad, like a bad entry. This actually might still be a good entry.
Right.
What a bummer. Okay.
But at least they trigger so that you don't lose the accounts.
That's correct. Yeah, that's the other reason to have that daily loss defined by my standards, not by what the prop firm sets. My daily loss limit is always much tighter than what the prop firm permits.
All right, about to go long here. Too early. Gotta wait for 341. That's where I want to go long.
Yeah, I'd still be in profit here.
Yeah.
Unreal.
95.
Ah, that was my setup, man.
Brutal.
God
Brutal.
dang.
That's a tough one. That's the bowling ball slips off your fingers and hits the side.
Yep. All right. Well, at least it was controlled losses today, even if it was just a mistake.
70.
Holy moly.
I would have canceled out the takes on this one too. Ugh.
43.
Brutal.
Well, you heard it here. I told you guys where price was going. Hopefully that gave somebody some edge other than me.
Right. All right. Well, let's wrap it up here. So happy to have you guys here. Thank you, I'm the Cloth. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Trey. We'll be back later on today. What is it, at 1 o'clock? Trevor will be here to do the tutor sessions, which is great. Fantastic. I love having that in my ear. And then we have tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. We're going to be here for even more Price Action Live. And tomorrow at 3 p.m. we'll be doing a spot gamma review, how you can use the option space in order to help your trading a little bit more with one of my favorite platforms. But for now, we wish you guys, as always, happy trading.